Good morning, mountain bikers. I'm Chris Wessels, and you are watching MTB Trail Review. Today, we are going back to Skypark, and we are checking out the new features on the Neverland jump line. When I say new, they pretty much rebuilt the entire top. I had some mixed feelings on it. I'm going to share them all with you right now. Enjoy the ride. I know the jump line has some new features, so I'm going to take it slower for my first round. Kind of check stuff out. Oh, that's a gap. Let's see. Okay, you can case that still. That's good. Good to know. New features is a bit of an understatement. They pretty much rebuilt the entire top of the line leading up to the first wooden bridge. Then after the bridge, they added a shark fin, turned the next jump into a berm, and beefed up the jump after it. Oh, that's new. Lower now. Made that a little bigger. This is the same. The major change comes in the form of the third jump in this line right here. It is way bigger than it used to be, but in a different way. Ooh. That's definitely more of a kicker. That's gonna take some getting used to. It now throws you much further up than out, compared to the previous jump, which threw you further out than up. Each attempt on this new jump was a little bit more discouraging for me. The previous jump was one of my favorites, and I had finally gotten to a point where I was comfortable on this line and clearing it most of the time. And when I say clearing it, I don't just mean this jump, I mean the entire line. And that was really, really good for my confidence. This is the cleanest run that I had on the jump line this day. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a full look at the entire jump line. Though this was the cleanest run, it was still far from clean, and once again, I was feeling a little discouraged. But after I did this run, and did a couple runs on Arrow, and then went home, I got to thinking, maybe this jump's not such a bad thing. Maybe this rebuild is not such a bad thing. At first, I was a little upset about it, because I was finally confident in what used to be a really terrifying run for me. But now, I have some new goals. I have some new jumps that are going to help me progress and push my abilities. And I know that this jump is within my skill range, but it is sitting just outside of my comfort zone. But I have a feeling with a little more practice in my local trails, on my next trip to Skypark, and hopefully with some encouragement from friends, I'm going to conquer it. And I'm going to clear it. And I'm going to be super stoked on this jump line again. So if you have not been to Skypark recently, and you're heading up soon, and you decide to ride the jump line, definitely give it a pre-ride first. Even with the signs, even knowing that some things have changed, it was still pretty surprising for me. And chances are, it'll be surprising for you too. As the signs say, pre-ride, re-ride, and free ride. Even though the jump line was a little disappointing for me, it wasn't a completely lost trip, and I had one of the cleanest runs on Arrow, possibly that I've ever had. And I finally hit the wall riding it. It has been years. I crashed on it right before I broke my collarbone, and then once I broke my collarbone, lost all my confidence, and that thing had just been in my head. On this run, I said, I'm going. I talked myself into it, and I went. And it was fine. Not only was it fine, it was fun. I'm so happy I finally checked this thing back off the list. So I guess the good news for me is, while I have progressed a ton in my ability to ride and just my skills in general, I still have not outgrown Skypark. There's still things here that challenge me. There's still a few features that I haven't checked off, which makes me pretty happy actually, because I love Skypark. It's one of my favorite places to ride. And if I ever do outgrow it, if it ever kind of loses its spark, that's going to be a pretty sad day. As always, thank you for hitting the trails with me today. If you have hit this new jump line and you cleared the jumps, I'm curious, what kind of speed did you go in with? Was it the same as before? Did you have to take a couple pedals? Or are you brake checking it? If you have, please tell me in the comments. Also, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for hitting the trails with me today, and I'll catch you on the next one.